Hello, magical butterflies. This is Xtina from Butterfly Intuition Divine Guidance. I hope you are having a magical day, night, or afternoon. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. This reading is going to be healing messages for the Divine Feminine. I felt really guided to put out this reading, and I'm also going to be doing one for the Divine Masculine. This will be a general collective reading. Please use your own discernment when watching this video and only take what speaks to your soul. And what doesn't speak to your soul, please release it and let it fly. If you are interested in booking a guidance reading or a guidance session, the list of my services are below, as well as the link to my Etsy shop where you can book them. If you are interested in purchasing the decks I created, and the Twin Flame music deck I co-created. If you're in the United States, you can purchase them in my Etsy shop. If you are international, there is a special ordering link for you below. My Instagram, my Facebook, my Patreon community, my blog website, and my donation links are all listed below. So let's get into the Divine Feminine's healing messages from Spirit. Now, I channel the Divine Feminine as she, but a Divine Feminine can be a woman or a man, so please take it as it applies in your connection, especially if you are cross-watching. So let's get into what needs to be healed. So what does the Divine Feminine need to heal? So I'm going to be using the Twin Flame Shadows by Mystic Moon Oracles to get what needs to be healed. And then I will get a Power of Surrender card on guidance on how this can be healed. So the first thing that needs to be healed is disillusioned. So what I feel by this card is being disillusioned by feeling and knowing intuitively what is going to shift in your connection, but not seeing any evidence of it in the 3D. That can be very frustrating, that can be very confusing, and that could bring in fear and doubt that this connection is not going to come about. And that is because when you get into this disillusioned energy, you become attached. You're attached to an outcome, a specific timeline, and you have expectations on your masculine as well as how you want the connection to come about. So the best way to release this energy is to surrender your ego. Cultivate gratitude. Be of service to others and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. So this energy comes from your ego. So when you surrender your ego, you're releasing the fear, you're releasing doubt, you're releasing overthinking, which leads to obsessive thinking and believing a narrative that isn't true, especially for Divine Feminines who are in separation, no communication with her masculine, because you don't really know what he's thinking, what he's doing. You might have an idea of it if you're feeling his energy or if you're getting readings on him, but you don't really know exactly what he's doing in the physical 3D world, because what the cards show not always represents what's happening in the 3D. So if you release your ego and you start trusting your intuition and you start just accepting the connection for what it is and not worrying too much about what he's doing, how things are going to come about, and really just go within to start working on your healing, you will have a newfound perspective of yourself, your connection, and your healing and self-love work. The next thing that needs to be healed is warning. Now I feel this is more red flags, warning signs, and just the instincts and the nudges that you get from your intuition. If you're listening to your ego, you are ignoring what your intuition is showing you because you are focused on what is happening or what is not happening in the 3D, and it is just causing confusion within you. And that is a codependency that has to be healed And the way you can do that is surrender to your intuition. Tune in to your inner voice. Be aware of any gut feelings, flashes, knowings, or aha moments that come through to guide you. So see, with these two things that came up for healing, surrendering your ego, surrendering to your intuition, it becomes illuminated. Disillusion becomes illuminated. And warning becomes signs and synchronicities. And you start trusting and you start knowing what you're being shown, what you're feeling, and what you just know to be true if you have psychic and intuitive abilities. The next thing that needs to go is superficial. Wearing your mask. Now, this doesn't have to be just with your masculine. This could be in your life in general, holding back who you are, what you feel, and what you want to accomplish in your life. Wearing a mask, hiding your true potential, your authentic self, and really just hiding how you feel. The mask needs to come off, especially if you are dealing with a masculine who wears a mask, because you two mirror each other. So if you take your mask off and you start being open and honest about who you are, start speaking your mind, and really getting the throat chakra in balance, this will help him. And the way you can do that is to surrender defensiveness. Defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out. Then offer a clear, non-defensive response. So when you get into that defensive mode, that is when the mask comes on. That is when the hood goes up. You don't want to hear it. You don't want to deal with it. You just shut down. So getting out of this energy and really learning how to communicate. The throat chakra did come up. So if you are having an issue with communication, if communication has always been a factor in your connection, doing throat chakra meditations. If you have a hard time sitting down listening to meditations, they do have guided meditations where there will be a voice telling you when to breathe and what to envision, and will kind of help guide you through the meditation. You could use lapis lazuli, any blue crystal, or of course any crystal you feel guided to use with a meditation. But surrendering this defensiveness and learning how to communicate clearly by listening from your heart, speaking from your heart, and always coming from a calm and loving place so you can heal this and not have a conversation go in the direction of an argument or the two of you not speaking. So that is what I have for what needs to be healed for Divine Feminines. The next section is, what is the healing going to bring to you, Divine Feminine, as well as your connection with your masculine? I'm going to be using the Divine Feminine Healing by Mystic Moon Oracles. Your first message is sensuality. I do not deprive myself of enjoyment in this life. So what this healing will do, it will get you into your sensual side where you're not going to deprive yourself of enjoying your life, meaning you're not putting your life on hold anymore for your masculine. You're not sitting there waiting around for him, not living your life. You're finally understanding that you can go out and live your life. You can hold space for him, but you don't need to wait around for him, and you don't need him to fill up your own cup of love. Because as you go through the healing and the self-love work and you get into union with yourself, what happens is you see that you can fill up your own cup of love, and you just get into this energy where you're just like living life. It's kind of like you're just ready to go out there and just be yourself, be with your friends, your family, your coworkers, and really just put yourself out there and enjoy all the wonders that life has to offer. The next thing is wishes. I trust what is meant for me will show up at the right moment in my life. When you do your healing, it brings you the peace and knowing that what is meant for you is never going to pass you by. So if you and your divine masculine are meant to come together in this lifetime, you will. I believe that what is fated and destined for this lifetime will be, but it's a matter of allowing it to happen and not trying to know all the when and the how and knowing all the details, because we are not meant to know the details. We are just meant to trust and to allow it to come to us. So when you make a wish, you just make a wish. It's like law of attraction. You ask for it, you believe it's yours, and you receive it in divine timing. Headspace. I have the ability to change my mood by the thoughts I am choosing to think. I focus on things that bring me joy, not on things that rob me of my peace. So what healing is going to do, it's going to put you in a better headspace. So when the ego-based thoughts of fear, doubt, obsessive thinking, overthinking come in, when you're healed, you're listening more to your intuition, and you're able to recognize what's coming from ego and what's coming from your intuition. And when you do that, you can shift a negative thought. You can either flip it to something positive, or you can just say a positive affirmation, or a trick that my friend taught me is you say cancel, clear, delete to release that thought from your mind so the energy doesn't stay attached to you. Whatever you feel guided to do that works for you to help you stay in a more positive and optimistic mindset when it comes to your masculine, your journey, and your life. Unaware. I do not pretend to be blinded to things I know deep down are not good for me. So as you go on your healing journey, you can no longer deny what doesn't resonate with you in your life anymore. Now this is people, situations, thoughts, patterns, beliefs, whatever it is. You are now aware of what doesn't work in your life anymore, and now that you're healed and you're on your healing journey, you start healing those things, those relationships, those thoughts, patterns, beliefs, and you release and get rid of what doesn't serve you any longer. Mourning. I realize that all endings are opportunities to start anew. So you understand that everything that happened for you, not to you, and you understand that cycles have to come to an end, and by letting go of the past, you're not letting go of your masculine and the connection. You're letting go of what happened in the past so you can free yourself, so you can have this ending, this cycle ending, so you can go through the transformation. I'm actually being shown the death card in the tarot deck in my third eye, and the death card is about transformation. You transform out of the darkness and into the light. And your last message for this section is Wild Woman. Take me or leave me. You will be confident. You will be in your divine feminine energy. Well, you will be like, you either take me or you leave me. This is who I am. This is me. You either take it or leave it. You're not gonna downsize your personality. You're not gonna change who you are if you're a very outgoing, flirty, fun person. And you're not going to be that people pleaser where you put everyone in front of you, where if you have shifted out of that energy, you are now putting yourself first and doing things for you. You're just like, hey, this is me, take it or leave it. Okay, so that is what I have for this section of the reading. The next section is going to be how the energy of getting into healing and self-love is going to shift for the divine feminine as a whole. The divine feminine on her personal journey of self-love and healing, as well as in her connection with her masculine. So the deck I'll be using for this is the Energy Oracle. We have Yin Yang, 22, which equals a 4. So balance is going to be restored. The feminine is going to balance her masculine and feminine energy. She is also going to balance her emotions when it comes to her connection with her masculine, so she can manifest a new cycle starting, because she will be open to whatever is meant to come in, and she will not be overly focused on things that have happened in the past, and she will not digress back. She will just keep moving forward and going on her journey, because she has learned her lessons. She understands that she has learned from the past, so the past cannot repeat itself. And she is not going to repeat anything because she has learned from it and she is taking the knowledge with her. Patience. 16, that equals a 7. She has learned, or she will be learning, the true meaning of patience. Because especially if you're in a twin flame connection, patience is a virtue. Patience is really hard. That is something I struggled with on my own personal journey. Having patience, especially when dealing with the free will choice of another person, you get into the patience of just understanding that things will shift, things will manifest when they're time, and you will have patience with your masculine because your focus will not be on where he's at, when he's coming. It will be, where am I at and where am I going? And you know that if he is meant to walk beside you, he will, and you will not be in that energy where you're just constantly looking at the phone, looking at the clock. You will be more in tune with yourself and manifesting your desires when it comes to your career and your life purpose and your life overall. The next thing is happy family, number 4. So the rainbow on that card symbolizes blessings, abundance. You are going to have a happy family. You are going to call in the love. You are going to call in the children if children is something you want to have, or you will just have a newfound love and abundance and blessings with your children if you currently have children. But the possibility of having a happy family with your masculine becomes possible because you have shifted out of the old energy and you are now in the new energy, and you are just knowing that if it's meant for you and your masculine to come together to have a family, it will happen. If not, you know that spirit is going to bring in either a soulmate or a soul flame if you're a twin flame, or someone else is going to come in that you know that you are going to have this blessing, this abundance, and this happily ever after. Door to spirit, number 32, which equals a 5. 5s are about change. So the door to spirit opens the door to walking through and manifesting new things and having new beginnings and just having new opportunities come in, because when you're healed and you're on your journey and you're just in a different mindset, you will see when you release and heal the blocks that you manifest like that. You don't second guess yourself. You trust your intuition. You become a risk taker. You become a go-getter. And you know that everything that you think and everything that you do creates your reality. And when you start to have the fear and the doubt, because the ego is always going to be there, you can decipher between the ego and the intuition, and you know how to break it down so you don't overly focus on going backwards and doubting something. So the door to spirit opens up where you have a change in the way you think, in the way you see life, and in the way you view your masculine and the connection. Okay, so the next section is going to be some affirmations to help shift the mindset of the divine feminine. Now, these are just going to be affirmation messages from the Star Temple Oracle, just to bring forth some affirmations to help get divine feminines in a positive mindset when it comes to her healing and self-love journey, as well as her journey with her masculine. So we have the Oracle, number 19, which equals a 10, forecast. I am the Oracle. My intuitive insights flow freely. So you are the Oracle in the sense where you are the creator of your reality, and your intuitive insights flow freely, meaning your thoughts. So your thoughts create your reality. So what forecast, what plan do you want to set in motion? What goals do you want to achieve? What do you want to manifest? Mother of the Sea, number 44, which equals an 8, goddess. I surrender to the boundless creative flow of the ocean. So it's time to surrender. Surrender to your path. Surrender to your healing and self-love journey. Go with the flow. Go with the current of the river. Don't try to go faster, and don't try to fight it, and don't try to go backwards. It is time to move forward. It is time to heal. It is time to go into that self-love. It is time to move forward and go with the flow. The Storyteller, number 27, which equals a 9, intention. I am the narrator of my life. So you are the narrator of your life. Your thoughts do create your reality, as we saw with the Oracle card. So remember, you can start right now telling a new story that you tell yourself about yourself, because also the way you look and view and speak to yourself sets the tone for your energy and the vibration you put out. So if that is something you struggle with, affirmations can really help you. Of course, doing Law of Attraction, doing the work by Byron Katie, whatever you feel guided to do that can help you, will really just set your mind at ease and get you moving forward to set intentions so you can start writing the next chapter of your life. And your last message is Gateways of Light. Number 42, which equals a 6. I have unlimited access to the divine mind. So I'm drawn to the man and woman on this card. To me, that represents the divine feminine and the divine masculine. So the gateway to the mind. Most people who follow me are in twin flame, soulmate, soul flame connections. You have a telepathic bond with your masculine, whether the two of you are in communication, separate or in separation or not. You can connect with them in the 5D to really send messages that way, to communicate from higher self to higher self. That can also help you with your healing and your self-love. You can write letters to them with the intention of giving it to him, but that energy will get to him. You can sit and speak to him like he's next to you. The message will go to him as well. It's whatever you feel, and whatever you feel will get the message to him. So remember, you are the narrator of your life. Your thoughts create your reality. The way you view yourself, the way you see yourself, the way you talk to yourself sets the tone for your vibration. And it is time to go with the flow and go within and start healing yourself and healing whatever has been coming up to the surface to really get you in a better state of mind and to get you on the path of healing on your personal journey. And I'm going to close out your reading with just some closing guidance messages from Spirit to help divine feminines. I'm going to be using 2 decks that I created, Butterfly Messages from Spirit and Awakening Messages. So your first message is focus on the present. Focus on the present moment. Release the past and don't worry so much about the future. Remember, as you heal and as you release what needs to be released, you won't be overly focused on the past and you won't worry so much about the future because you know your future is bright. The answers you seek are within solar plexus chakra. So if your solar plexus chakra is a little off balance, you may need to do a meditation if you feel guided to. The solar plexus chakra is the chakra below the heart chakra. If you're having digestive issues, stomach issues, that is an indication that your solar plexus chakra might need to be just open and balanced. You can find a meditation or a guided meditation, but of course, if you feel that you need to seek a doctor's help, please do so. Other people's actions and words only affect you if you allow it. This should be the mantra for divine feminines, because remember, the only actions and words that can affect you are your own. The only way other people's actions and words affect you is if you allow them to. So don't allow other people's actions and words to affect you, to make you doubt, to make you pause, and to make you get into that ego-based energy. And remember, whatever action and whatever words your masculine are saying, that is what he feels that he needs to do at this time. If they don't resonate with you, if you don't agree with it, that is something you just need to understand. This is his journey, and that if he's doing things that are hurting you, it is because he is hurting himself, because hurt people will always hurt people. And you should always set a boundary up whenever someone is lashing out at you, whether it is your masculine or someone else. Stay in your lane, and remember, your words and actions only affect you, no one else. Archangel Raphael healing. So Archangel Raphael is coming through to let you know that he is here to help you heal. You can call in Raphael to help you, especially with healing of the heart chakra, helping you release past heartbreak, anger, resentment, sadness that is still lingering and keeping you from moving forward. And when you can do that, you will be able to make it happen. You will be in the energy to make it happen. And I always knew that I would find a deep soul connection. You will remember that you have always known deep down in your heart and your soul that there was a deep soul connection out there, and you knew when the time was right you would find it. And this soul connection that you have, whether it's twin flame, soulmate, or soul flame, is teaching you a valuable lesson. It is teaching you what needs to be healed. It is teaching you to come into self-love, to see your worth, to see your value, and to awaken to the beautiful divine feminine goddess that you are. I do hope this reading has brought you clarity and guidance on the healing messages from Spirit for divine feminines. If this resonated, give this video a thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for all your likes, your shares, and your subscribes. It means so much. Love and light.